Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel, and today's video is a story time of an encounter that I had with someone from a very large, reputable luxury pre-owned / consignment / resale company. So I'm not going to say the name. You would absolutely know what company that I'm talking about. It is one of the most well-known companies. They have a huge online presence. They also have stores with various locations. So I'm not talking about one of those small consignment stores in New York City. And I thought this would be an interesting topic because Hermes pre-owned consignment reselling is a huge industry. And over the course of the last 2 years during the pandemic, it has grown exponentially. I was reminded of this encounter by a video that Haya Glamazon did. I don't remember the exact video, but I'll link her channel below. But she's done a couple of videos about Hermes reselling that you should check out. In any case, in watching that video, it really reminded me of this encounter that I had with a staff member of this store / company. So you're looking at my black Kelly 25 Retourné because this bag plays a role in this story time. And I'd love to have a discussion with you about whether or not you agree with my assessment of this situation. If you watched my last video, which was my Hermes unboxing video, I also gave an update of my request for a second quota bag this year. Long story short, my essay told me that although I would not be offered another Kelly 25 this year, I most likely will be offered a Birkin 25. So I decided to go to a couple of these resale stores just to try on a Birkin 25 to make sure that I still wanted it. I have seen and tried it on in the past, but it was so long ago. And at that time, I decided that I would be too annoyed with the handle drop. So I just wanted to be absolutely sure that I would not be wasting my essay's time or having her offer me this bag only to reject it. So I thought, let me go to a couple of these larger resale places and see if they have any Birkin 25s on display, since I had no intention of buying this bag from one of these places. If it wasn't on display, I would not ask anyone to go in the back and get one from their stock. But if they had one readily available on display, it would be really helpful for me to be able to try it on. So spoiler alert, no one had a Birkin 25 on display the day that I went. So I wasn't able to try any Birkin 25s on. One of the stores that I went in, an employee approached me and I was wearing this Kelly 25. And I'm paraphrasing here because this happened months ago, so I don't remember the conversation verbatim. In any case, she asked me, "Did you get this from us?" And I said, "No, I got that from Hermes." And she said, "Really? You got a Kelly 25 directly from Hermes? You must spend a ton of money there in order to get that kind of an offer." I said, "No, not really, but I'm a longtime customer and I have a good relationship with my salesperson and the store." And she looked pleasantly surprised. And she said, "Oh wow, that's really great. When we get that bag in, it sells for well over 20K, usually in the mid-20s. So she starts making small talk with me, asking me how long I've shopped with the brand, what I'm thinking my next bag will be. And I was quite honest with her that the reason why I was even in her store was because I was thinking about the Birkin 25 and I wanted to try one on just to be 100% sure. And then she said, "Have you ever thought about a mini Kelly?" And I said, "It's super cute. It's something that I'm considering for the future, but I'm not interested in that bag right now." And then she asked me, "Have you ever been offered that bag?" And I said, "No, I haven't. My essay did ask me if I was interested in a mini Kelly pre-pandemic, but at that time I told her no, and we haven't spoken about it since." So her eyes immediately lit up. And she said, "So you think there's a possibility that you can get a mini Kelly directly from the store?" To which I said, "I'm not sure. When my essay and I had that conversation, that was almost 2 years ago, and I'm not really having much luck getting another Kelly 25 right now, so I'm probably not going to be offered a mini Kelly." But she actually persisted. And at this point, I felt like it had gone from casual luxury small talk to more of an interview or an interrogation. And then the conversation turned when she asked me, "How would you feel about requesting a mini Kelly as your next bag? It doesn't really matter what color." And I said, "Why would I request a mini Kelly? I have no interest in getting that bag right now." So she says to me, "We don't have any mini mini Kellys for sale right now, but they sell for a premium. We sold our last one for more than $30,000. So if you're successfully able to get us a mini Kelly, it doesn't really matter what color, and you have everything, box, receipt, etc., we would be able to give you at least $20,000 for the bag, and slightly more if you get it in a neutral color. My jaw dropped for two reasons. A, I could not believe mini Kellys were selling for more than $30,000 US. And B, I felt like I was being recruited into a luxury reselling ring like the one that got busted in Paris. And so she went on and said a basic mini Kelly retails for between $8,000 to $9,000 plus tax. If you sold it to us for $20,000, you would be able to profit at least $10,000, and you can use that money to pay for the Birkin 25, which is what you said you really wanted and you were planning to request from the store. So essentially, you would be able to buy your Birkin 25 for free. I could not believe that I was having this conversation. So when I picked my jaw up from the ground, I said to her, that's not something that I'm comfortable doing. I would only request a bag if I want it and I plan to keep it. Now, if it doesn't work out and I want to resell it, then I think that's different. But I'm not comfortable buying a bag with my only motive being to resell it for a profit, because essentially I'm taking away the opportunity from someone that really wanted a mini Kelly but wouldn't be able to get it from the store because I bought it to resell it. And she said, well, that's one way of looking at it. But the other way of looking at it is that there are so many people that don't have these relationships with Hermes, or they don't live anywhere near an Hermes, and you would be able to give that person the opportunity to buy the bag of their dreams. So at this point, I realized that this person was going to have a counterpoint for every point that I made. So I just shut down the conversation, thanked her for her time, and left the store. On my way out, she said, let me give you my business card in case you change your mind. And once I was out of the store, I looked at the card and realized she was actually the store manager. So this wasn't some random employee going rogue. This was actually a person that has some influence over store policy, and I'm assuming implementing the overall company policy. But I want to know what you guys think of this experience that I had. I've never had anything like this happen to me before. Has anything like that ever happened to you? My personal opinion is that although what she was suggesting that I do is completely legal, I think that it is unethical for the very reasons that I told her. I don't feel comfortable buying a bag at Hermes, going into it knowing that this is a bag that I don't plan to keep, but instead immediately resell box fresh. I am also extremely uncomfortable feeling like I'm being recruited to resell bags for profit. So feel free to disagree with me in the comments. My feelings won't be hurt. Perhaps some of you might agree with her, because it isn't like some of what she's saying isn't true. There are people all over the world that love these bags, but because of their physical location in the world, would not have the opportunity to cultivate these relationships and buy these bags directly from the store. Just to be very clear, I do not have a problem with people selling their bags. I have sold a few bags in my day, not Hermes bags, but other bags. I have zero issues with people buying pre-owned, luxury consignment, or even people selling brand new, never used bags, especially when it comes to Hermes. I think people often get caught up in the moment when they're offered a bag, and sometimes will accept bags that aren't what they really want, and then once they get home and the novelty and the excitement wears off, they realize that the bag isn't for them, and they decide to sell without ever having used the bag. So I don't have an issue with any of these things. That's not my point. What I'm personally uncomfortable with are people knowingly buying bags that they have no interest in, only to immediately turn around and resell them at a profit. And I'm even more uncomfortable with these big luxury consignment resale places soliciting people for this purpose. So please tell me how you guys feel about this. Am I reading too much into this? Perhaps you agree with her. Maybe I shouldn't be looking at this situation in the way that I am. Perhaps it is giving people that don't have the ability to cultivate these relationships the opportunity to buy the bag of their dreams. Or maybe you think that this is just capitalism and the basic principles of economics regarding supply and demand. And if Hermes didn't make these bags so hard to get in the first place, none of this would be an issue. So I'd love for us to continue this dialogue in the comments below. Please let me know what you think of this situation. If you have a similar story, please feel free to share. Let me know know if you have any questions. Thank you so much for watching this video. Please subscribe to my channel. That would make my day, and I will see you in the next one. Bye bye.